So this is my $500 box truck that I am using to store a lot of excess lumber that I have. I have about 3,000 board feet of reclaimed oak that has been sitting on 3 trailers for way too long. And I've had this box truck and I kept on thinking that I was going to turn it into a kiln, or at least something that would keep the relative humidity at a good level. And I never got around to it, and it just turned out that we needed the trailer, so the wood had to go somewhere. So this is the first trailer load of the wood that I had, and I made sure to go ahead and put this in. This is about 500 board feet of 8/4 reclaimed oak, and these posts were a part of that load as well. So I went ahead and put in 4 sections of these posts to support the wood long ways. I can fit up to 13-foot lumber in here, and it's about 8 feet wide. So I am super pleased with how this turned out. I had looked around for a long time. There's, of course, you can do shipping containers or connexes and either 20 or 40 foot links, and those are great, but they're around $2,000, and then you've got to pay somebody to deliver it, which for a lot of people is going to be the way to go, but for me that was a little bit too much money, as well as next to my shop I don't have the amount of space required in order to drop one off, because if you get a 20-foot container you have to have 40 to 60 feet in order for that driver to drop it off and then drive in a straight line away from it. And I just simply don't have that, as well as I am in city limits, and the second that you put a structure on the ground, all of a sudden that can be something that you have to have a type of permit for, but with a box truck it's on wheels and it is movable, therefore you don't have to have a permit. The box itself is watertight and awesome. The door actually closes and everything, so like I said, for 500 bucks this was a no-brainer for me. It's even got a lift gate. The hydraulics are still working and fine, but I don't have it hooked up to anything right now as far as electrical, because I don't know how to do that. So if you know how to easily and cheaply hook something up, there's just kind of 3 wires poking out the side, let me know down in the comments and I'll do that and make an update video. But I had searched around on YouTube for a long time trying to figure out the best way for lumber storage, and when you type in lumber storage on YouTube, there's a ton of things about those Boro wall-mounted racks, as well as the ones from Grizzly, and not a lot of stuff about just like mass storing wood. Your options kind of are you build a structure for it, you get a shipping container, or you just have a lot of space in a warehouse, where I have a lot of space in my wood shop, but not stuff that I want to dedicate just to lumber sitting there. This lumber could be sitting here for the next year and it's completely out of the way, and I know that not really anything's going to happen to it. I am just pleased as can be, and thankfully my wife is fine with it. It's behind the shop, it's kind of hidden. She keeps on saying that she's going to paint it, but we'll see if we ever get around to that. But for right now, I can't imagine having a better setup, especially for the amount of wood that I have. I have a lot of beams that are 8x8s, I've got a lot of posts that are 4x4s, and then I've got a lot of 4/4 material as well as this 8/4 material, and all of that is going to be stored in here. I left the top open. The door does open a little bit more, but I left the top open so in case I need to store some sheet material up there. I've got a lot of 1/8 inch material that'll be really easy for me to grab and bring down. I was very lucky with the box truck that I got, because it already has these wood slats that are attached to the side, so those are mounting points for it being used as an actual box truck. But it was really easy for me to line up all of these posts, make sure that everything was the same height. Honestly, the only thing that I really measured was just the length of what I needed these posts to be so that they would fit in the slots. Other than that, it was just kind of screwing things down and making sure that they weren't going to wobble around as I loaded wood onto them. And it was the easiest thing around. So if you're looking for a way to store wood and you don't mind having an old box truck sitting around, it's not going to be an eyesore, I would highly recommend this. It is by far the cheapest way that I've been able to find it. If you have any suggestions on how to make this better, I'll definitely be open to them, because what I would like to do is cut some holes in the wall and then put some solar fans where when the sun's out it'll circulate some air in here just to make sure that it doesn't get too stuffy and moisture just gets contained in the box truck, because I know that I'm not going to be able to push everything out, and it's certainly not going to be a kiln as it is, but if I can have some air moving in here, that's definitely going to help the moisture content of the wood overall. Yeah, thanks for watching, appreciate it, and if y'all have any questions, just put it down in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks. Bye.